Yo, what's good everyone? Your boy Deke back again with another vid. This one we're going to be talking about the Kyle Rudolph release from the Minnesota Vikings. I started to think, probably just like a bunch of you guys did, how could he work with the Steelers? So this is what this video is going to be about, exploring that possibility. Where could he go? Would it be a good fit, etc., etc. So we look on Twitter. This is the main thing that came out. He did a nice little message through the Players Tribune. I did not really read it. Dear Minnesota. Actually, one of the main things that I caught from this tweet, though, was one of the comments. And they said, Eric Ebron is better than Kyle Rudolph. And I can't find the comment. I cannot find the comment.
You're a loser.
So Eric Ebron versus Kyle Rudolph. Is there any validation to this? Now, Eric Ebron last season, so based off the stats, 56 receptions, 558 yards, 5 touchdowns. Not too shabby. I believe he missed the game too. That was all in 15 games. We look at Kyle Rudolph's numbers in 2020. He played in 12 games, 28 receptions, 334 yards, only 1 touchdown. So let's look at the career stats. So these numbers are a little bit off for a career because Kyle Rudolph has played more seasons than Ebron, but let's look at the per game basis. 38 yards per game, 0.3 touchdowns, 32 yards per game, 0.3 touchdowns. There you have it. Eric Ebron is a better tight end than Kyle Rudolph. So my next question was pretty simple. Why was Kyle Rudolph released by the Minnesota Vikings? So reason number one, Minnesota saves $5.1 million in salary cap space, eating $4.35 million in dead cap. So his total cap hit was at $9.5 million. So they save, what was that, a little over $5 million, and it seems like Rudolph had no interest in taking a pay cut. When those things don't go hand in hand, most likely the organization is going to be going in a different direction. And then we look back on his 2016 840 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns, Pro Bowl in 2017, 8 touchdown campaign. So his numbers took a little bit of a dip. That's a lot of money to be paying someone that's getting like 200 or 300 yards per season. But that may not be completely his fault, because if you look here, Gary Kubiak implemented a run-heavy scheme, and the Vikings have had the 3rd fewest pass attempts in the league since then. Either way, $9.5 million for a dude that's getting 200-300 yards per season is a lot of money. And then lastly, the Vikings actually have drafted his successor in Alabama's Irv Smith Jr. So they're probably not thinking that this is going to be much of a loss. In fact, it may be addition from subtraction if they think Irv Smith Jr. is about to take the next step, which got me thinking. Irv Smith Jr., potential fantasy sleeper. Let's look at the highlights. All right, this one looks good. Full 2020 highlights. Official fantasy sleeper. So the next question we have is, could he sign with the Steelers? We look at his contract, 4 years, $36 million. He signed this in 2019. That's about $9 million a year. We saw that was his cap hit. I don't know exactly what his salary is going to be this season, but I think that's in the ballpark of what his expectations are going to be. Now, could that take $1 million, $2 million, $3 million hit, where if he wants to play at a certain somewhere that he'll take a little bit of a pay cut? Sure, but that still means around $5, $6, $7 million range. Do we really think it's going to work out with the Steelers cap situation right now? We are 27th in the league, negative $7 million. Somehow, though, we're only 27th. There are teams worse than us, 15, 19, 28, 40, 62. What the hell are the Saints doing? So what teams may be looking at Kyle Rudolph? Here are 4 landing spots for Kyle Rudolph. New England Patriots. Are we going to stop with this? Brady's not on the Patriots anymore. I don't know if the Patriots are that sought-after destination at this point, although they do have cap space. Buffalo Bills, Dawson Knox is their main tight end. Lee Smith, I guess they could use an upgrade. I believe they have some cap space as well. Seattle Seahawks, Greg Olsen retiring. Will Disley, I don't think they have Hollister back either, so that could make sense. Arizona Cardinals, up-and-coming team. Max Williams, the only tight end on their roster. And then here are 5 landing spots from another website. The consistent one is the New England Patriots. Like I said, why are we doing this? We got to stop doing this. Cleveland Browns, this one actually probably makes the most sense. He has the ties to Kevin Stefanski. Used to play there. I think David Njoku is going to be out of there before this season starts, and they like to do those 2 tight end sets. Hooper and Kyle Rudolph would make sense for the Cleveland Browns. Kansas City Chiefs, they don't have much cap space, but I think they're always going to be in the mix because they have Patrick Mahomes. Broncos have the cap space. I guess they have Noah Fant. Maybe they want to do some 2 tight end sets. Kyle Rudolph would help there. Cincinnati Bengals, Rudolph goes home. I guess he's from Cincinnati. Joe Burrow, I believe they have a bunch of cap space as well. So I guess these teams make sense, at least more sense maybe than the last article. Would I want him to go to the Steelers? Obviously, I think he'd be a big upgrade from Vance McDonald. I think the combination of him and Ebron plus the receivers that we have, even if Juju doesn't come back, would be lethal for our offense. I don't think it's going to work from a cap space standpoint. So this was another article that I clicked on, maybe points to him going to the Browns. Kyle Rudolph would love to play for one NFL team. Rudolph wants to be reunited with Kevin Stefanski. So Browns probably are in the mix. They have the cap space, especially if Njoku's not coming back. I just unfortunately don't think it would work out with the Steelers at this point this offseason. So hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Let me know what you guys think of Kyle Rudolph, Steelers fit, where he could go elsewhere in the NFL. But outside of that, stay chilling and peace.